Hey, welcome to It's All About the Beef. I'm Claire with River Road Farm, and today we're going to make chili. I've already gotten some things started, but I'm going to start browning some of our chorizo sausage and our hamburger. So I'm going to put this on the stove, heat it up, put some oil in the bottom so we don't get the beef sticking too much. And this here is a mixture of the chorizo and the burger. Put that in there. Chorizo is Spanish. It's got paprika and garlic. I think oregano is in there. So we're just going to brown this up, and then we're going to put this aside, and I'm going to add the onions. This recipe has a ton of onions in it. So when I brown my meat, I usually do it in smaller batches so that it doesn't just steam. It actually gets browned and cooked. If you put too much in, it's just going to not get the way you want it to be for a chili. So I'm going to add this to what I did earlier, and all the juices are going to go in there. And now we're going to put the onions right in the same pot. There's 5 onions, and you have to have them finely chopped up. So I put them in the food processor, and it did it in no time. Once those are browned, then I'm going to add in 5 to 6 garlic cloves that are just smashed, not chopped, just smashed. Then we got 6 peppers, 6 red peppers, and then I added also some jalapenos just because I'm addicted to them. The seasonings are a teaspoon of cayenne, and you can adjust that if you don't want it too spicy or if you want it spicier. Also, there is a tablespoon of cumin and a tablespoon of chili powder. And I'm a taster as I cook, so I'm going to be tasting it and add more salt and pepper and more spice, or if I feel like it needs something else, I'm going to add that too. So here go the onions. Into my hot pot is a lot of onions. But it makes this so flavorful, and you almost don't need as many spices. When you use a chorizo-based sausage in there, you can kind of cut back on the seasoning because there's already seasoning in the meat. That's why I like to taste it and see how it's going. So these are just gonna cook for a little bit, probably 2 minutes until they're soft, and it won't take any time because they're so minced up. And then once they're cooked down, then we pretty much just add everything in. There's gonna be some tomato sauce and the beans, and it's pretty much a fix it and forget it after you get everything in the pot. So now I'm going to add the smashed garlic. Just let that mix up. And while that's cooking, I am going to chop up the pepper. This recipe has 6, like I said, of these peppers. So if you can get things done ahead of time, like get some things done in the morning. So right now we've got the onions and the garlic and the peppers in here. And now, once they're stirred up, I'm going to add the seasonings. So that's the cumin, the chili pepper, a little cayenne, and we'll do some salt and pepper. Oh, see, now it smells good. So this is just going to cook until the peppers get a little soft. And then I'm just going to put the meat in, and we're done, except for the tomato sauce. And I'm not going to put the beans in until an hour before I plan on serving it. So I'm going to go get the beef and add that. Big pot of beef. So again, it's chorizo sausage and hamburger, and it's 1 pound of chorizo sausage to 4 pounds of hamburger. But look at those green jalapenos. Yum! I'll be digging those out just for me. A little salt, and again, I just kind of feel, I would say you could probably do a tablespoon of salt. And sprinkling of pepper, and because it's got the cayenne, don't think that you shouldn't put black pepper in. It's two different flavors. You need the black pepper just to balance it all out. So, and I like a lot of pepper. It's one of my favorite spices. If you've been following me, you know that I am the queen of olive oil, salt, and pepper on everything. Now that's in there, I can start putting the tomato sauce in. They're actually whole tomatoes. They're gonna break down. I'm gonna be adding, if I've got room, 28 ounces of whole plum tomatoes. And they just break down as the chili cooks. So I'm just gonna mix these in and I'm gonna add the other two. Oh, yay, it fits. I'm gonna get the chili out of the oven. It's been in there for about 4 hours and all the flavors should be pretty well blended. Yum. And as you stir, I kind of break up the tomatoes a little bit. And as it cooks, that's what they're gonna do. They're just gonna keep breaking down. And so you're gonna get nice hunks of tomato, which I really like. I don't want just sauce. I want to taste each vegetable, see the chunks of the peppers and the jalapeno pepper. But those onions, now those are all minced in there. Remember how tiny those were? And that just gets in every bite. So it's super good. Now it's not chili without beans. So I have a mixture of 2 different kinds of red beans. You can put whatever you want. Some people want black beans. These are just red beans and kidney beans. I'm just gonna bury those in there. That'll be ready to serve. I'm probably gonna cook it another, I don't know, 30 minutes. Get those beans hot. They really don't need to cook that much because they're canned beans. But if you're using dried beans, you definitely want to cook it longer. So when you make chili, you can do it in a crock pot. You can put it in your regular oven. But you just have to know that if you have it in your oven, you're going to want to leave that oven on and, you know, be in the house. So this meal, once you get everything prepped and chopped and you put it in the pot, it is a fix it and forget it. And you just can walk away after you put it in your crock pot and say, see ya later. So I just added the beans, stirred it in there, and we're going to put it back in here for another 30 minutes or so. So those beans have been in there. Oh, it's heavy. That will feed a crowd. Or will fill up your freezer for a few months. Do a little dollop of sour cream, or a big dollop. Some Mexican fine shredded cheese. And then I'll put a little color in there. Please subscribe to All About the Beef. I appreciate you watching us, and I'll see you next time.
You want me to wake up, but I'm strangled in my sleep.